So I'm at a customer's house. I'm in St. Peters, Missouri, St. Charles County area, and a customer's very, very wise. We're going to put in, we're starting to mark the lines here to get ready to put in some fiber optics. And I say this many, many times, fiber optics is a really good idea, but we have a grounding issue and a neutral issue when they attach us to the transformer. That what we call a tracer wire, which puts in 0 to 50 kilohertz. They put in dozens, if not 100 different frequencies on this tracer wire so they can make sure if there's an outage, they know where to locate it. That's why they have to have that tracer wire on there. The problem with it is it's going to put out high magnetic fields around that area. Now, again, it will drop off as you go toward the house, but depending on how that's grounded to the transformer, depends on the water pipe in the house. We'll get involved in that. And then your neutral obviously goes through the transformer back to the house. There's current goes everywhere. When you add objectional current to the lines, you then therefore will have a possibility of getting into your electrical wiring in your house. So right now this is really good. This is called an NFA 1000. It's about a $2,000 meter. As a building biologist, if there's one meter we have, this is the meter you want to spend the big bucks on because it's very, very accurate. And we're at 0.20, which is unbelievable, fantastic. This actually meets all of our standards for safety, 0.2 or below. So I'm going to kind of stream through here because we're going to do some befores and afters, so it has not been installed yet. I'm going to walk around here, so we're 0.15. So I'm just trying to get an ambient before and after is what we're doing today. So we're walking through here, so we'll make sure it's consistent. And it's been very, very consistent so far. And I'm not worried about radio frequency. What we're talking about here is magnetic fields. There's electrical fields, magnetic fields, and then there's radio frequencies, and also something called dirty power, which when they hook up this tracer wire to the transformer, you're gonna 3 or 4 neighbors will be sharing that transformer. Now, again, this is not a transformer here; it's for some other stuff. But all the energy from the neighbors, and you share it because you're all interconnected. And the way they do the grounding system, they don't run the neutrals all the way back to the substation. You run it into the ground, and 70% of the current goes into the ground. Then we have a ground rod, anything that's metal, water pipe, it can get back into the home, which is making my client sick. So again, that's all about a 0.2 to 0.3. I'm gonna walk toward the house. Now we're at 0.07, which is awesome. This is actually one of the better houses I've measured anywhere in the country so far. Sometimes they get low readings like this out in farm fields, way away from everything, but this is all real low. But I just want to document this today. That way we can send this to our officials, the EPA, David Cozad, Bob Brumley. We can send it to Hawley's office, the FCC, to show what this stuff is doing, because they didn't do any sort of a testing like a environmental test. They're skipping all that. As a matter of fact, Tom Wheeler, the head of the FCC, 6-7 years ago, said he was going to skip all the standards. He said that actually at the they call it, I think they call it the chess club, or he did a presentation there. He said we're going to skip all the standards. AK means I'm not going to do we're going to do any safety testing for 5G. We're going to skip all the standard because 5G was too important. And what Tom also said was, he said, if you know what 5G is going to become, run the other way, which means it's going to damage your health. That's a layman's term. That's what they're really saying. But they put it in these fancy words where a lot of people don't pick up on these types of things. But I've been trained for this. I know how to read what they're saying, their languages, because they have to tell you kind of in advance what they're going to do, and it's up to us to actually object. If we don't object, that means we're basically agreeing to their terms, and especially from a spiritual standpoint, from a common law standpoint. So this is really super good. Let's go ahead and bring this into the home, if you don't mind. And you know, it's a little wet today, but it's been raining for quite a while.
Want me to turn it off here?
Do this anyway. Can you come on in here?
Should I turn it off or leave it
Yeah,
going?
you want to turn it off.